Eddie Hearn is high on Tyson Fury and believes that the Gypsy King would avenge his first loss and beat Oleksandr Usyk in the much-awaited rematch.
I'm a bit closer to Team Fury these days, and I think they definitely believe that Tyson will be in a much better place and condition for this rematch.
Hearn is confident that Fury can win the rematch. This support is valid because Hearn would love to set up the much-anticipated mega clash between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He said, "I'm a bit closer to Team Fury these days, and I think they definitely believe Tyson will be in a much better place and condition for this rematch. Ironically, I've never bet against Tyson Fury other than, I think the last Usyk fight, and I think he can do it. I really do." Eddie Hearn says both Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk suffered real damage in their first fight, and wonders who will have more left in the tank for the sequel. It's going to be interesting how much that fight took out of both, because when Usyk walked back to the changing room, he could hardly stand up. He was being held up. Fury was all over the place in the 9th round. So it just goes to show who's going to come out of that fight with more miles on the clock, and I think Tyson Fury can do it. But for us, we've got to get our job done on Saturday, and then we can look forward to being ringside on December 21st. AJ has been pretty open about wanting to fight the winner in the rematch of Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury. He said, "If they call me to fight them 100%. It's what I do. Fight. I'll be ready. It'll be an honor to fight them too." He then admitted that he wants Usyk to win again. "I think Usyk wins, and I'd rather Usyk wins." Joseph Parker said that Tyson Fury's mindset would be much different for the rematch than it was for the first match.
See Fury going up against, I know you're going to say Fury will be winning it.
I picked Fury to beat Usyk. I think his mindset's different going into this fight. I think Usyk is a master of his craft. But I think I'm always on the side of Tyson.
The Gypsy King had long taunted the Olympic gold medalist and 4-belt cruiserweight champion Usyk about being too small to compete in the banner division, but that's not how their first fight transpired. Instead, it was a close contest separated largely by the 8th and 9th rounds in which Usyk managed to hurt Fury on his way to a points win and undisputed status. It was the Brit's first ever professional loss. Speaking about that contest in an interview, former undisputed champion Lennox Lewis discussed the motivations both men have for the rematch. He said, "Yeah, I mean, I yook at Tyson Fury. He's an up-and-down guy. He goes up and he does down. I think he will look back at the fight and realize there is a couple things he should do, and will do. Usyk is a great fighter. He's got a great mentality behind him. His country's at war, so when they fight, he will still think he's at war. It's going to be a serious fight, and I can't wait to see it." When pushed for a prediction, Lewis suggested that Fury knew what to do and would do it. Fury knows what he needs to do. He's been at the bottom. He's been at the top. Right now, he's at the bottom, and he knows what he needs to do to get to the top. It's going to be a great fight. He wants to be undisputed as well. When he looks at the fight, he knows there is a couple things he should have done, and he's going to go in there and do them. Derek Chisora knows what it takes to get in the ring with both Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, and he's backing the former to defeat Fury for a second time later this year. He said, "I think Usyk stops him this time. Him and Sugar Hill Stewart, that relationship is kind of dying down, because when they got together, they were listening to each other. They were all in panic. It was not because there was loads of voices, they were all in panic. They knew they were losing the fight, so they figured they had to start saying something because he was not listening to Sugar Hill, and he was not listening to his dad." Joe Joyce is another man who has shared a ring with both, having sparred with Fury and taken on Usyk in the World Series of Boxing in 2013 when he lost a decision. He was asked how he sees the fight going and tentatively sided with his former foe. He said, "I think it's up to Fury, really. Usyk's got the blueprint. He's a very smart fighter, clever. So is Fury, but I think it's on Fury if he can pull it out of the bag, have an amazing training camp, and put it all on the line and see if he can do something. Other than that, it's going to be Usyk again." Richie Woodhall also sides with Tyson if he fights Usyk in a rematch. He believes that if Tyson analyzes the first fight properly, he can win the rematch, as the first fight was very closely contested.
I really believe Tyson Fury will go back, he'll look at where he was doing well in the fight, analyse that, box like that for the rematch, and I think I think he'll beat Oleksandr Usyk. That's my opinion. I think he's got the beating of him most certainly, because that was either way, that one.
Naseem Hamed says he doesn't understand how anyone can dismiss Fury's chances to win in their upcoming sequel and would love to see it happen. He stated, "Fury versus Usyk, it's going to be a good fight. I just would love to see Tyson Fury step up to the plate in a way like he's never ever done and bring all them belts back home. That's what I want to see. Nothing will make me more happier than seeing Tyson do that." Naseem doesn't understand how people can discredit what Tyson Fury has done for the sport just because of one loss. He further added, "I've always said, why is everybody just talking about his last fight? Why weren't they talking about Tyson when he went and smashed up Wilder when nobody could smash Wilder, when Anthony Joshua won't fight him? How can you take everything away, what he's done in the sport, and base it just on his last fight? Yeah, that 9th round was a crazy round, we know that, but you know what, he came through it, stood on his feet and went 12 rounds at the end of it." Finally, Naseem predicted the rematch by saying, "I seen him hitting Usyk with some serious uppercuts and hurting him, and can hurt him, so I feel he can win the rematch." Paddy Donovan also believes that Tyson would come on top in the rematch. He believes that Tyson has the ability to come back stronger as he has shown in the past. He stated, "If there's anyone in boxing who can change the result around, it's Tyson. He's been downgraded most of his career. He's had a lot of ups and downs. World champion, former world champion, again and again. If there's anybody who could turn the tables around, it's Tyson Fury. I fully believe that Tyson will come out victorious in the next fight." Amir Khan is confident that Tyson Fury can level the series with Oleksandr Usyk when their rematch takes place later this year. He said, "I've been seeing comments that Tyson Fury is going to get beat again and knocked out this time, but I don't see that. One thing about Fury is that every time he's lost or had a bad fight, he's come back stronger and has known what to do and how to beat the guy. He might have taken his foot off the pedal in the first fight, but this time he's going to have to be focused and ready." Amir says that Fury has to dig deeper and get the motivation to beat Oleksandr Usyk. Amir said Fury needs that fire in his belly again and wants to be world champion again. "I don't know if the Saudi money has made him relaxed or take that fire away, but let's hope he really wants it. I know if Tyson walks into that ring and is the guy who wants it, then he'll definitely get the knockout and win." However, Johnny Nelson believes that Tyson is on the decline and will not fight again. He stated, "I think Tyson is on the decline. I don't think Tyson would fight again." When asked why he believes that Tyson is on the decline despite giving one of the best performances of his career, Nelson said that in opinion Usyk won by 4 rounds.
So many times you've watched boxing and they tell you you've seen something you haven't seen. So because the scorecard said X, Y, Z, they're telling you you haven't seen something you've seen. I didn't see that. I had Usyk up by 4 rounds. And I'm quite sure there's a large majority of people had the same thing. So just because the scorecard said one thing, it doesn't mean that's what you saw and you're wrong. It means that's what their opinion. So you don't be fooled. Don't let me say to you, believe me, not your lying eyes. You saw what you saw. So the scorecards can say what they want. In my opinion, I thought Usyk won by 4 rounds.
Nelson was asked 3 questions in which he was said to pick a winner between AJ Usyk and Fury Usyk. Nelson picked AJ to beat Fury and Usyk to win his respective fights. However, he also said that Fury could come back depending on the mental state he's in currently.
If it happens, Fury fights AJ next, who wins?
AJ.
AJ fights Usyk in the 3rd fight.
Usyk.
And if Fury fights Usyk in a rematch.
Depends on what he's learned. If Usyk turns up and gets the job done. I mean, if Fury turns up and gets the job done and uses everything that's got him there in the first place, I'd say Fury.
But do you think he could?
I think he could. I just don't know where he's how his brain is fried. You know, where his head's at. And that's why I said, I'll be very surprised if this man comes back. I'll be very surprised.
So what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that Tyson Fury can avenge his loss against Usyk? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.